Come put some thrift finds away with me. The Nancy Drew edition. As you know, I went to a used bookstore and they had a lot of Nancy Drews. I also found this other Carolyn Keene book that was about the Dana girls. I chose to get the first one in the series and then get a lot of Nancy Drews that I didn't have before. My sister also bought me some. Very nice, very sweet. Many of you had commented on my Nancy Drew collection when I showed you my trinket shelf. I have lots of books of all ages. I definitely have some of the newer ones, as you can tell by the bright yellow and blue. I have several 50s, 60s, 70s prints, all varying based on the yellow hue. And then I have a really old original that I have separately. I wish I had more of the originals. I also started collecting the Hardy Boys for my son, hoping he'd get into those. He didn't really love them, but I have 1 through 3. So I'm going to move those down to make room. I also am going to add this Dana Girls one to the center. I'll have to read it and let you know how it goes. I do have them in numerical order, and then I have all of the extra or double copies at the end. I was lucky enough to find 7, 8, and 9 at this bookstore, so I'm going to make some room for them. I don't know how I don't have 2 or 5 yet, but it's a slow process. I'll get there eventually. Each of these was $4, and so it does add up quickly. I've got 4 and my sister bought 4. So as I mentioned, all my extras are at the end, so I'm going to go ahead and pull those because I will continue to put those at the end. So right now I'm just making room by pushing all of them down. These are the 3 that were from the top shelf, so I'm going to move those down and watch this heartbreak. I was questioning if those books were too tight in there, and obviously they were. I have learned my lesson. Are you kidding me? Moving on, 42 is the highest number I have on top, and all of these new ones are under 42, so I know I'm going to have to move all of those down, and so I'm basically just placing in all of my new purchases. It is so satisfying adding a new one to my collection. I end up having to move these again, of course, after I accidentally ripped the spine, and this could have maybe fit another one, but it was a little tight, and I learned my lesson, so I'm not pushing it. Now to add in my doubles, I'm hoping that someday I can find 2 of every one so I can give 1 set to each of my girls. There you go, in all its gold glory. Thanks for coming along.